What's poppin', my J dolls? And I'm back with another video. Before we get into this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and ring that bell, because we're on the road to 2,000 subscribers. So don't play with me, because I ain't never been one of them, okay, y'all? So, and if you ain't subscribed, baby, what is you doing? Because it's free 99. If you a hater, just say that. Take it up with your mama and your daddy. Like, why did they raise you? Anyways, y'all, so today is actually gonna be a story time. I did a poll, and if you're not on my community tab looking at my posts, baby, please do, because I do be looking for advice from y'all, like on what videos y'all want to see, what videos I should drop first, and I really be taking it into consideration. So y'all said the first video y'all want to see was the story time about my most recent date with a white man. So if you're not new to my channel, you probably seen the last video of me saying my first and last date with a white man. So your girl lied. Your girl very much lied, baby, because I done went on a date with a white man and I have another date planned with a white man. So let's get into it, because I know the girlies was trying to eat me up in the last video. So let's talk about it. If you ain't seen the last video, I'm going to link the video at the end of this video that you can go watch that video. That video got like over 800 views or something, and it just blew up out of nowhere. Like, yeah, I don't even understand how. Maybe because in the title it said first and last date with a white man. Now, let me clarify, y'all. If you didn't watch the whole video, in the video, I explained that it was my first and it was my last date with a white man. It was. Until today. I mean, until last week. So, yeah, I wasn't lying. And on top of that, y'all, I did say in the comments, because this person was like, why is everything about race? Now, the thing is, everything is about race. As a black person, everything is about your race. You don't get opportunities because of your race. You don't have certain privileges because of your race. In that video, I was talking about privileges that that man had and how his mindset is very different from a black person's, right? That was the main point of the video. So y'all go back and watch that if y'all want to see it. And I did say in the comments, why is it a problem? Now, why is it a problem if a black woman wants to be with a black man and have a black family? Why? Why when most people are, like, most white people marry white people and they have white kids? So that's the whole point of the video. Never did I say I'm never ever in my life gonna date a white man. I never said that. Like, I said I wanted a black man. But y'all, things change. People change. I changed for you. I'm not wildin' out. Let me get into the tea about my recent date with a white man. So I met this man on Hinge. I'm gonna name him Henry. I don't know why. Henry is giving. So I'm gonna name him Henry. So I met Henry on Hinge. And y'all, I be trying to be out there and meet people. All the people I meet out there, they usually are not the good ones for me. Like, everyone that I attract when I'm out are the ones that are like for the streets. So I'm like, whatever. I've been on Hinge casually and stuff like that. So me and Henry end up matching. And y'all, we literally only talked for like a day. We just going back and forth, getting to know each other. What I really liked about Henry is Henry was like a very fast responder. He came up with good questions and the conversation was flowing, so it was cool. So me and him were talking for like a day, and then it got later in the day and I was also texting this other man. This other man is an African man. So I'm also texting this other man because I am dating. I am single. And just like Henry, he's dating. He's single. So anyways, the African man is texting me and he's like, oh, what are you doing today? At this point, me and the African dude had talked for a couple days. So he's like, okay, what are you doing today? Do you want to go bowling? Like, I want to take you bowling tonight if you're free. So I'm like, I'm not really doing nothing. At this time, it's like 6:30ish. So I'm like, okay, what time are you trying to go? What place you trying to go? Blah, 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 blah. So we got the place, the location. But when we start trying to get the time together, it wasn't matching with the time I needed. I literally was like, I'm not going to be done till like 8:30. Because I got to do my makeup. I got to get out of here. And I move like a snail. And I'm always late. So we were planning on going bowling that night. So Henry ended up hitting me up on Hinge, was like, oh, like, I'm really not doing nothing this evening. Like, if you want to, like, we can spend time together. Like, I can take you on a date. And I'm like, tonight I'm busy, but maybe tomorrow. So at this point, I'm thinking I'm going bowling on this Saturday. So I'm like, Sunday, me and Henry can hang out. So the Saturday plans end up falling through with the African man because he's like trying to get somewhere by 9. So I was like, yeah, no, that's not gonna work. So we plan to actually do our date next week, which is this week, which we're supposed to go on Saturday. So anyways, so boom, Henry, we already set plans for Sunday. So Henry, what I do like about him, and this is what I said in my last story time too about dating a white man, he literally asked me, like, let's go out for drinks. I'm like, okay, perfect. Like, what place are you thinking? Then he asked me, what type of drinks do I like? Do I like beer? Do I like cocktails? Or do I like wine? So I'm like, I like you. Like, you're not asking me, where do you like to go? Like, you're asking me categories so you can pick as a man. So anyways, I told him I hate beer, because y'all, I hate beer. Like, don't send me to a brewery. I like wine and I like cocktails. So anyways, he ended up taking me to this place that's really nice in Northeast. And well, in the text, he tells me, okay, I'm going to take you to this place, like, if you like it. So I loved it, because I was like, oh, this is an elevated bar. Like, he's not trying to take me to, like, no like bar in Uptown, or no bar, like, y'all know what I mean, like, no hood bar, no, I mean, he's a white man, but like no hood bar, or no rundown bar or country bar. You know, he's taking me to an elevated, nice place where I can dress up. So I'm like, okay, I like this man has good taste, and he likes to be organized. He asks good questions. So at this point, y'all, we end up going to this bar that is cocktail bar. It's kind of like a restaurant, to be honest. It's very nice. So it has plants all over the place, and it has lights all over. Like, it's so beautiful. I've never been there before. So I was like, okay, cute. So I get there. I'm late. I'm like probably like 6 minutes late. Not too crazy. Not too crazy. And he told me, like, okay, I have found some spots for us at the bar. So, you know, I'll like be at the bar. I'm like, okay, perfect. You know, I'll meet him at the bar. So when I pulled up, he was actually waiting for me by the door, which I thought was cute. Like, that was so sweet. So when I walked in, like, we gave each other a hug. Like, that time we gave a church hug. Like, I'm always like, introduction, church hug. You know, when it's like we know each other, or like the end of the day, we give a real hug, you know, because I am a hugger. So anyways, we do that. We sit down. He's tall. He's like 6 feet, you know, and y'all, I don't know if y'all know I'm 5'6", and I had heels on, but I checked first to make sure he was 6 feet before I wear my heels, because I'd be tall in heels. So anyways, I'm looking cute. He looks good. Like, he seems super sweet. So we sit at the bar, and like, we're talking for 3 hours, y'all. We was on a date for 3 hours, y'all. So at this point, we pretty much are talking. Like, I seen this thing on TikTok, y'all, which it was like, women, stop wasting your time on dating, which is pretty much putting too much time into a certain person before you find out you and that person is compatible. Start asking the hard questions up front. Like, up front, you should be asking, you know, are you looking for marriage? Are you looking for kids? Do you like to spend time indoor or outdoor? What is a perfect romantic date for you? What is love languages for you? Like, what is very important to you? What are you passionate about? Like, you need to ask stuff that's going to affect your life. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, let me make sure I ask these harder questions. Like, sometimes we be so scared to ask these type of questions right away. So we start talking about marriage. We're both on the same page with marriage. We both want to be married. So I do like that about him. We both talked about kids, and he doesn't want kids, you guys. He said he's like 90% sure he don't want kids. And I personally have been kind of back and forth about kids like my whole life. Like, at first I thought I wasn't going to have kids at all. Then I started being like in a motherly, you know, kind of in a motherly era, because I have a goddaughter and stuff. So I started thinking, like, maybe do I want to have kids? Like, babies are cute, and I love my goddaughter, and it's a love that I never had before. But then when I've been losing all this weight, I'm like, do I want to get pregnant? Do I want to get big? Like, do I care? Like, do I want, like, I just was going back and forth. So when I seen that he didn't want kids, I was just like, it's not a deal breaker to me, because of the simple fact that, like, I haven't decided on kids. I think it all depends on my husband. If my husband is a great man and he really wants kids, I'm going to give him kids, because I'm not against kids. Now, if my husband doesn't want kids and he's a great man, we don't have to have kids. Like, I'm kind of like that. Like, even if we don't want to have kids, we can have my dog Chanelli. And we can have another dog. We can have 2 dogs. That is our kids. So it's kind of like whatever works for our dynamic, that's what we'll do. So I'm like, okay, like that's not a deal breaker for me. We talked about like our education, and like he has a great job, y'all. I'm not gonna tell y'all what his job is, but he has a great job. He has his own apartment that's pretty nice from what I hear. He has his own vehicle. These are the bare minimums, but y'all, it's really hard to find a man that has a career job, that has an apartment, and has a car. Why is it so hard to find these 3 little things like you think is a necessity in life, but to some people they don't feel like it's necessary, I guess. Like, you know. Anyway, so you know, he kind of checks off those boxes, which is really nice. And when we talked, it was very different because I'm so used to, you have to always realize, y'all, no matter how much y'all don't want to put race in things, black women and white women are very different. Black men and white men are very different. And they're always going to be different. Our personality is going to be different. The way we talk is going to be different. The way we act is going to be different. Unless we were raised by the opposite race, or we've been around the opposite race a lot. So that's facts. That's just facts. So it is a little different because he's very proper, which I like, you know, and some people think I'm very proper, but I'm really not. Like, I have a little ghetto-ness to me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not hood, nowhere near hood, but I'm not like prissy. I'm like in the middle. You know what I mean? I'm in the middle. So, and I know when to turn it up and turn it off and turn it down, you know? So anyhow, y'all, it was a good conversation and he was so nice. But I don't know why until I actually get to, I think I need to go on more dates, which I am going on more dates with him because I actually like him. I think he's a cool person. And I seen this thing on Instagram that said, like, stop going after people that gives you butterflies and activates your nervous system and start going for people that actually makes you feel calm. And around him, I felt calm. Like, I didn't feel like, oh my gosh, like, this is the love of my life and this. Like, just being all delusional and anxious and, you know what I mean? I just felt like, oh, he's a cool person. Like, I do like this about him. Like, this is cool. Cool vibes. You know what I mean? But I don't know why. A lot of times with white men, I always get a friend vibe from them. Like, oh, you're a cool friend. You know what I mean? But I think it's because I have to keep going on dates with them. Like, you know, to kind of see how the vibe is. Because I've never dated a white man before. And I only have 2 white friends. And so... and one of my white friends, all she do is date black men. So it's kind of different, right? So it's kind of like I'm learning as I go. And he's going to learn as he goes because he's never dated a black woman, I just found out. So he's going to learn a lot. And even though if he doesn't say it out loud, like, oh, she does this because she's black or something like that, like, he probably going to think it in his head, which is fine. We're freaking humans and we're different. Yes, race makes us different. And yes, I know we all are human, but we all have different cultures, okay? And how we're raised is how we act, okay? So anyways, we adapt to our environments for sure, but we do pick up a lot of our habits from our cultures and from how we were raised. So we had a great conversation. We have a lot of things in common. We have our love languages are in common, and he told me his first. We both are like caring people. Like, we both care about helping people in just different ways. He seems super nice and he doesn't seem judgmental, and he seems open-minded, so he can really help me a lot because I feel like we can balance each other. Because sometimes I'm just so like I'm like Joe Judy, I'm strict, okay? So it's kind of like I need somebody to be like, okay, is it that serious? Like, let's, you know, it's not that serious. We don't need to be like teaching every moment or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? So I kind of told him, like, how does he feel about straightforward people? Because I just wanted him to understand, because from what I know, but I don't know a lot of white women. And like I said, I have 2 white friends. But what I know is a lot of white women are soft-spoken. A lot of them, I've seen them be straightforward too. Don't get me twisted. Don't get twisted. But a lot of them can be very submissive. And as a black woman, we can be very headstrong. Like, we know what we want and we know how we want it. and we're not afraid to tell you. We're not gonna be rude about it. Not all of us, but most of us are not gonna be rude about it and stuff like that. But we're gonna let you know if we feel some type of way. Like, we're gonna let you know. We're not the type, we don't like to beat around the bush too much. So, and we do have some of them that are very passive, but a lot of us are, we didn't have a voice at one point, so we are about speaking our voice. So I asked him how he feels about straightforward women, and he said that he actually would appreciate a straightforward woman, because like then he will know, you know, instead of like pretty much guessing how you feel, what you think. And I told him, because I'm not a rude person, but I'm just straight to the point. So sometimes it can come off, and you know, my ex kind of told me this about my personality. I can sometimes come off like, okay, I get where you're coming from, I hear you, but okay, what's next? Like, or if you make an excuse, like I'd be like, okay, your life is a mess, so what are you gonna do next? Like, I'm just not with excuses. I hate excuses so freaking much, because we all make them, but we all know how to get out of them. If that makes sense. Like, we all make excuses, but there's some answer to every excuse. It's just if you want to do it or you don't. So I am trying to get better at that, because I'm no one's mother, and I need to stop acting like people's mother. Like, what you want to do, you do. I live my life, you live your life. I feel bad for you. I'll let you vent. I will listen to you, but I don't always have to have a strong opinion. We sometimes have strong opinions. So yeah, and so like just kind of getting to understand each other as a dynamic, because we both haven't been with the opposite race, like, and we're just dating just now, so it's kind of not, it's not like we're in a relationship or anything, but I think it's just like a good experience anyways, or experiment, to just understand the opposite race, and like how do you work through those things. But I do think we are like opposites, like opposites attract, like more in the fact of like he's very calm and sweet, and he probably puts other people before himself a lot. And then me, I'm very nice. I am, and I am a people pleaser, and I do put people before myself. But I had to learn how to stand on business. And when I tell other people now, I be like, stand on business. Don't let them take advantage of you. Set boundaries. Like, I'm one of them people that's gonna be like, girl, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit, bitch. Like, that's dead wrong. Tell them this. You know, so it's like, I'm trying to be in the middle of it, y'all, because I'm trying to be so less, like, aggressive. Not, like, aggressive in a violent way, but just aggressive, like, some things you just can be nice about. You know, some things, but I do give people grace. Y'all, this done got into a whole nother thing. But yeah, so point blank period, we went on this date. We was on this date for 3 hours. I ended up telling him on the date about my weight loss surgery, which to find out he's also on a weight loss journey, and he's taking Ozempic, so he can't eat a lot. So like, he's not like fat to me by any means. Like, he's just chubby, you know, but he's 6 feet, so he's tall. So it's like, for me, I don't think, to be honest, I don't really think you'd be that big when you're 6 feet tall. You know, like, it just distributes very nicely. Like, he's not big at all to me. And so I'm like, oh wow, like, he's on Ozempic. So we talked about that, and I was like, yeah, sometimes I don't like to tell guys about it, because guys will judge you for it, because they're like, oh, she used to be fat, like, I don't want to talk to her. And he's like, wow, like, that's like terrible, you know, like, people think like that. And he was like, yeah, he was like, with those Ozempic and stuff, I can't eat a lot, so we can share entrees. And I'm like, yes, we can. Like, that would be amazing. Like, I've been waiting for the moment. Like, people do not like to share food. And even when I went on a date with the guy, y'all, that I said was my boo or whatever, when I went on a date with him, we did share food on our first date, but he also got 2 appetizers. So even though we shared food, it was still like so much food that he just had to take all of that food home practically. So we had 1 entree, and then we had like 2 appetizers, which I was like, this is so much. Which y'all, I gotta give y'all an update on him as well. But yeah, with Henry, so far so good. So we literally went on the date. We was there for 3 hours. We talked about a lot of tough things, and he was able to hold conversation. He was asking me a lot of questions, and I told him about my content creation and all that, what I like to do on YouTube. I want to stop telling people that I'm dating that this is my hobby, like I like to create content. But this is what I do. And like eventually, like they come to my house or something, they see a camera. Why do you have a camera? Why do you have a ring light? Like, you never told me you make videos and stuff like that. Like, this is something I'm passionate about. This is something I like. But then they want your YouTube channel and I make videos about them. I literally make videos about them. So I don't want them to have my YouTube channel. And the reason why I don't want them to have my YouTube channel is because I know people can get offended. Even, let's say, if I'm not dating multiple people, because right now I am single and I'm dating multiple people. Even if I wasn't dating multiple people, and let's say I'm just dating one person, they're watching my YouTube channel, and then I do a story time about, like let's say I do a story time about my ex, and this story time is from 2 years ago, then they'll be like, oh, why are you making a story time about the ex? Or let's say I make a story time about them, like let's say, okay, we still together and I kind of talk crap about our first date or something. I don't know. Then they go back and like, oh, that's about me. Like, why would you da 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 da? And I still have a lot of my exes, a lot of my situations, all that stuff on my YouTube because I kept giving my YouTube out. And they keep watching my life like, mwah, y'all not blocked because I can't block you on here. But most likely, mwah, you're blocked on social media. So it's like they will still watch these, and I do not want that continuing. Every person I date, we don't even make it to relationship status and you're still watching my stuff. Like, I think it's too much. It's too much. Like, of course, run up the views, but when it's like we're trying to build something, y'all gotta understand these story times are entertainment purpose. Okay? When I make thumbnails, like the thumbnail that I made, that first and last date with a white man, why did I make that thumbnail? So you bitches can click on it because your bitches is negative, alright? So of course you want to see it. And of course that story time got over 800 views in just a couple days, okay? So let's just be honest. I have to put clickbait titles, which it wasn't really clickbait. It was my first and my last date with a white man. But look, I'm on a date with another white man. You know what I mean? Henry. And then I'm also going on a date with another white man. So y'all can't take this internet shit serious because it's the internet. And when you start dating and you start bringing people into the internet, then the people that don't understand the internet are going to take it personal. Or they're going to be like, oh, you said this about like white people. Or, oh, you said this about this. And like, oh, you were like aggressive about this. And it's like, do y'all know me in real life? Like, that's why I don't like people that I'm dating to have access to my social media before getting to know me in real life. I really don't even believe in social media in relationships in general anymore, because I feel like you go look on people's stories, you make assumptions, you know, or you see them post this, you make the assumptions, or people start unfollowing each other, now they broken up. So I just rather just keep my relationships off of social media entirely. I'm not gonna post a man. I'm not going to give out my socials to a man that I'm dating unless we get into a relationship and he really wants to see my stuff, because I don't have anything to hide. But it's just a simple fact, when you are dating multiple people, I don't want to hurt people. I don't want people to be like, okay, she told this story about this guy and then she told me the story about mine, you know. So that's kind of like with him, I just explained to him, and I was very honest, and I told him, like, I am an honest person. So I told him, like, I make story times, and honestly, a lot of people don't like them because the story times is about them. I don't put their names in it, but they know the details, okay? And if they know the details, they're gonna get mad, okay? And they get mad, they're gonna either want to comment or they're gonna want to text or call me about it. So in order to stop that from happening, stop watching my videos. Like, if you're not gonna like that I'm gonna say something about you, just stop watching my videos, because nobody even know who you are. People are here for me, not you. People are here for me, not you. They don't even know you. Like, so that's the bottom line. Is like, nobody knows who y'all are. So anyhow, he was very understanding of it, and that's what I like about him. He seems very understanding. He seems like not judgmental. And his life, it just seems like, you know, he comes from an environment where it's a little bit more like he's had to be around different people. And I'm not gonna put all his information out there because it's like, I do like him. You know, it's just a very, very beginning, y'all. Literally first date. We're going on a second date soon. I ain't gonna say when, because like by the time I post this, we hadn't even been on our second date yet. So it's kind of like, yeah, like, I'm gonna keep that type of stuff off the internet, of course. But y'all, pretty much this video is to tell y'all that I lied. I did go on a date with another white man, And at this point, and this is not to bash black men, because I love black men too, but I'm kind of at the point in my life where it's time for me to try something different. Y'all ain't working for me. Y'all really ain't working for me right now. So I'm gonna really try my best to be open-minded, and that's what I've been doing, is open-minded. It's not I'm seeking white man. It's not like I'm seeking black man. It's not like I'm seeking Indian man. It's not like I'm seeking this. It's like, who's attracted to me, and if I find them attracted, then yes, we're gonna talk. But I'm like that type of person on Hinge where it's like, I let people like me first, and then I decide who I want to like. Like, it's not like I don't really got time to swipe through all the people. I thought about doing it some days, and then like I'd be like over it after a few swipes. Like, it's just too much work. It is a lot of work, and I already have so many conversations. Let's be honest, I have so many people messaging me on Hinge. I got so many people that like actually taking me on dates. It's like, I don't have time to just like sort through all those people. So it's really who likes me, and then what do I think of them when they like me. And honestly with Hinge, it's like, you don't really even get matches unless you're active. So like, if I go in there and check a message or something like that, that actually helps me get more likes, because then people, they don't want to like match you if you're not active on there, if that makes sense. So yes, so far Henry's very sweet. So I do take back that the statement of my last day with a white man. I lied. Okay, and if y'all mad, go take it up with your mama, because she gonna teach you how to mind your business. She gonna teach you how to mind your business like she told you when you was a child. So yeah, y'all, like, So if y'all see me with a white man, mind your business. Period. Mind your business. Period. Cause y'all, when I was at the when we were at the cocktail bar, there was a black bartender, and I saw him look at me and look away, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is awkward, right? Because I've only been on a date with a white man one other time, right? And we were at a restaurant, and at that restaurant it was majority white people. And I was so engaged with our conversation because it was like, we're at one table and we're face to face, versus when we're at a bar, it's like other people sitting at the bar, and then there's the bartenders. So the guy that was on our bartender was a black guy, and he just kind of looked over at me, and I looked at him, and then I looked away because I'm like, this is awkward. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. And so then our actual bartender was very, very nice. Like, he was nice. He kept coming back a little too much. Like, you see us chittering, chattering. Like, my drink, it took me so long to drink my drink, y'all. Like, I only had one drink, and the drink was so good. Like, it was a little spicy, but it wasn't like hot spicy. Like, it was just kind of like that flavor spice. And so it took me a while to drink it, because usually they be making your drinks like this small or whatever. But no, this was like a ping pong cup. Like, it was like that big. And Henry's was like that small. Like, he had like a whiskey or something, old fashioned, that's what it was. So he had a couple of those. By the time he had a couple of those, I finished my one drink. And y'all, when I tell you I was feeling it, I was feeling that one drink. Like, I was feeling tipsy, and I never feel tipsy. Like, even after my weight loss, I never get tipsy like that. But I did not eat. I wanted to eat after. Like, I always strategically map out what times I'm eating or whatever. So I literally wanted to eat after, before like watching my shows and stuff, and then getting ready for bed. So I was like, no, I don't want to eat beforehand. And then if I eat beforehand, I gotta wait to drink. So yeah, that was kind of the deal with that. But he seems super nice so far, y'all. I'm going to keep y'all posted, okay? I'm going to keep y'all real posted, baby. So if y'all want to keep up with how the rest of the dates go, y'all, I'm also going to have a dating update up very shortly, too. I'm going to film all I can film right now. I'm going to film what I can film. This is going to be the first video up. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Put your notifications on, because, baby, we coming up with them heat. We coming up with them story times. Baby, this is why I do need to be in my dating era, so I can actually come with content. Because when I'm not dating and y'all want dating story times, like, I don't know what to do. Because, like, I feel like I told y'all the good ones from the past. And, like, honestly, let's say, like, in the last 2 years, I only dated 2 people within the last 2 years. So, before this dating era. So, it's kind of like, y'all, my life was a little boring for 2 years. Like, it ain't much I can tell y'all besides, like, I already told y'all. So, it's kind of like, now I'm getting my dating era, so I'm going to keep y'all caught up. And then I'm going to give y'all a little update on my love triangle. Like, dating all these people. Like, how the hell am I balancing it? Because it's a lot. Well, y'all, put in the comments. Put it in the comments, y'all. If you made it this far, which is a long video. All my videos are long. But if you made it this far, put in the comments if you could choose a vacation to go with your boo. Even if you don't got a man. If you had a man, manifest it, okay? Where you want to go with your man. Because I'm manifesting. I feel like I'm going to manifest a vacation. I don't know if it's going to be this year. But by 2025, I'm going to have a vacation with one of my baes. Okay? Alright, y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.